My name is Amal. I am 20 US old from Alexandria. I never believed what happened with my husband until I saw it for myself. My father works as a fisherman, and I have one brother. My brother is younger than me. He is 21 years old. My father opened a small shop for him, a stationery store. It helps us with the household expenses. After I finished my studies, I started helping my brother at this store until the end of the day when we head home. This store is about a quarter of an hour away from our house. I used to spend most of my time there, and it was better than sitting at home. Then, one day, a man came in to buy some things. I was in the store all by myself. My brother wasn't there. He started talking to me, saying, I promise I'm not hitting on you or anything, but I'm just asking, are you engaged or in a relationship? I told him, no. He said, well, could I have your number? I said, sorry, I don't give my number to strangers. Anyway, he kept coming every couple of days trying to get my phone number made. He claimed he couldn't talk properly while we were standing in the shop. Eventually, I got fed up and gave him the number just to see what would happen. I didn't have feelings for anyone at that time. Anyway, he called me the next day while I was alone in the shop. He talked to me a lot. He told me he was interested in me and how beautiful he thought I was and that he wanted to propose and marry me. He told me his name was Syed. He said he was from another governorate and that he came to work in Alexandria. He said he intended to settle down in Alexandria for his job. But he wanted to know my opinion first before he came to propose. Honestly, I didn't want to give him an answer until I knew his personality well. Anyway, we kept talking almost every day until he managed to make me fall in love with him. He started asking me to go out with him so we could get to know each other better. And I actually met him twice. He was such a kind and gentle person. That made me feel psychologically comfortable and very happy. I never knew what he was hiding inside for me. I'm the type who doesn't like beating around the bush. I told him I couldn't meet you again. If you are serious, come and sit with my father. He said, but my circumstances are still tight, so be patient with me for a while. Honestly, I felt like he was just playing with me. I told him, to be honest, I can't continue this relationship like this. He said, fine, I will talk to my family and come to propose to you. Anyway, he actually came and proposed, and we were engaged for 2 years. At the time, he only had £160,000. And of course, he didn't have an apartment. But when my father saw that he really cared for me and wanted me, my father decided to help us. And of course, since my father is a fisherman living day to day, he made the hardest decision of his life for my sake. He sold the bookstore, which was our main source of income. He told me nothing in this world matters. All that matters is seeing you happy. My father got us an old rent apartment, so he'd pay a small amount each month. He helped him with finishing the apartment and the furniture. There were about 2 months left until our wedding. Honestly, I was anxious and nervous, and I didn't know why. My fiancé Syed's relationship with my family was very good. Especially my brother, he liked him a lot. Everything was fine. Before this wedding, the closer the wedding got, the more my heart sank. My heart sensed what was going to happen to me. The wedding day arrived, and everyone was happy and dancing. Honestly, I was just pretending to be happy. I don't know why fear and anxiety stayed with me all through the wedding. I was never at ease until the wedding was over. My family walked me to the car that would take us to our new apartment. I got into the car. He reached out and held my hand. I found him leaning close to my ear. He said to me, finally, we'll be alone. He was overjoyed while saying that to me. Anyway, the car arrived in front of the house. Some of my relatives were there, and some of his relatives were standing there waiting for us. We started going up the stairs. The apartment was on the 3rd floor, and there was no elevator. Anyway, we went up and entered the apartment. The people waiting for us below, my family and his, left shot aft. Everything became very quiet. At that moment, my heart started pounding terribly from fear. I know, and I've seen that as soon as we enter the apartment, we perform ablution and pray together, so God blesses us. I don't know if I understand this correctly or not. So I told him, let's perform ablution to pray. He said, no, you just pray quickly because I'm hungry. I was surprised by his words and that he didn't want to pray with me. Anyway, I took off the wedding dress and put on a house robe so I could perform ablution and pray. As soon as he saw me, he asked, what is this you're wearing? I told him, just so I can pray. He said, okay, do it quickly. Anyway, I prayed and finished. Honestly, I hadn't eaten anything all day since the morning, and I wanted to eat. My mother had brought me a tray with food. Anyway, I put the tray down and told him, let's have dinner. He was very annoyed and said, is this the time for that? I said, I'm sorry, I'm really hungry. Let's eat first, and then we can take our time. Anyway, we had dinner. Then I went in, changed my robe, and put on a nightgown. I stayed sitting on the bed while he was still outside. As soon as he entered the bedroom and saw me like that, I felt like he transformed. I found him coming to lie down next to me in his wedding suit. I said to him, change your clothes first. I found he took off the wedding suit and didn't put anything on. And he lay down next to me like that. That made me very afraid of him. On that day, I wasn't doing anything except watching his actions and letting him do everything. But in truth, I can't say I was happy with his intimacy with me. After he finished and made sure I was fine, thank God, I called my family and reassured them. After that, we slept because we were very tired. The next day was the beginning of the shock for me. I found family coming over to visit us around noon, and they stayed with us for a while, and they left by sunset. We were sitting on the bed. He was holding his phone, scrolling through it. I found him saying to me, I want to ask you about something, but answer me honestly. I told him, go ahead and ask. He said, didn't you know anyone before me, or go out with anyone, or do anything with anyone? I said to him, what are you saying? How can you even say that to me? He said, no, I'm just asking you normally, I swear. I wouldn't have been upset if that had happened. I said to him, of course not, I have nothing to do with anyone. He said, well, have you watched movies before? Movies? I said to him, what kind of movies? He said, you don't understand. I said, no, he said, all right, I'll show you. He took out his phone and made me turn off the TV I was watching, and he made me turn off the room light and started playing movies on his phone. And this was the first time in my life I saw something like that. While I was watching, my heart kept beating very fast, and I told him, no, I can't keep watching. He insisted that I must watch with him. And what caught my attention was that they were doing it very normally, but not from the front. And he told me that he really wanted to try that with me. I told him, but this is forbidden in the first place. He said, we will try it. I really want to do that. Of course, I refused to listen to him. He stayed mad at me for 2 days. I thought to myself, let me do it once and be done with it, and let the matter pass. So I started talking to him and making up. And I told him, fine, I'll let you do what you want. That day when he tried to do it, I really couldn't bear it at all. And honestly, he was very rough with me. He doesn't know anything called gently, and I endured it with great difficulty. After he finished, I told him I will never do this again. 2 days later, he asked me for the same thing, and I remained firm that this would not happen again. We had a very big fight to bazoo to the point where he raised his hand and hit me. I called my father and brother, and they came and scolded him for raising his hand at me. Of course, neither he nor I wanted to tell the real reason for the problem. But the problems between him and me continued because of this issue for 2 months. Sometimes I would agree and endure it so things would keep going until I found that I really couldn't do it, and I felt I was doing something against my will because he became more interested in this than anything else. And all he cared about was his own pleasure, nothing else. And when I started complaining to my family every few days about how he treated me, they told me, fine, we will get you divorced from him. We will get you divorced. I was hesitant about the divorce because I loved him. But this issue was what made me hate him. He used to, don't all married people do this or do this? Why are you different? Unfortunately, my father told him that it was over and I could no longer live with him. So Anadi, he said, you didn't honor the trust, and although I helped you, stood by you, and treated you like a son, you didn't deserve it. My daughter is all I have, and you don't deserve her. Just as we entered this kindly, we shall part ways kindly. My father made him divorce me. I took all my things from the apartment. I've been in this situation for about 2 months now. My status now is divorced. To be honest, he has tried to contact me to take me back. And to be honest, I want to go back to him. If I could turn back time, I would never have complained to my family. I would have just endured everything and left it at that. I really don't know what to do. Should I go back to him and try to endure living with him? Or should I listen to my family until God blesses me with someone else? Now that I am a divorcee, is it even possible for someone to marry me? Especially since I got divorced only 3 months after my wedding written. But people, of course, don't know the real reason. And I haven't even told my family. I don't know what to do. If anyone has been through an experience like this, or knows what I should do, please write in the comments how I should act. Because I feel like my life has ended and come to a standstill.